every time we say goodbye, they all see that it's a lie. 'Cause we always give it one last try. Yeah, you've watched me break 1,000 times. Now I'm all alone, 'cause you never show. You say you will, but then you don't. That's how it goes. Don't wanna know. I'm turning off my mind so I get by. I just wanna be happy, happy tonight. In the morning, I'ma leave without giving a warning. I'ma leave without giving a. But every time we say goodbye, we all know that it's a lie. Now I'm all alone, 'cause you never show. You say you will, but then you don't. That's how it goes. Don't wanna know. I'm turning off my mind so I get by. I just wanna be happy, happy tonight.
What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another stream. It is Gameweek 35, approaching the end of the season, but probably the biggest, most important game week we got left this season. Triple Gameweek 35. We will get into all the triple game week stuff, the Man United questions, the Liverpool, the Everton, the Crystal Palace, the Aston Villa, the lot of it. We'll get into it. Excited for this stream, especially because I'm on my free hit. We'll get into my draft. I have just made, before coming live, a couple of changes to it. So we'll get into who my free hit team is at the moment. We'll get into all of that in due course. If you don't follow me over on Twitter, the link will be in the description down below. The usual bits and bobs, go and check it out. The weekly, if you guys want to know whether I think players will start, the weekly team preview thread is pinned to my profile. So go and check it out. We've got all of the teams. We've got 2 lineups for each match. So Palace doubling, we've got 1 for each match, so you can see where we think rotation will be. And then the big one, we do have 3 Manchester United lineups. So we'll get into all of that later. I'm sure there's questions, but if you don't follow me already, make sure you go and do so. But yeah, we will get into it in just a minute. Let's say hello to a few of you and say, yeah, good afternoon. How are you guys feeling ahead of the triple game week? Big hitters, welcome. Mohammed, Joker, Ration, Tanmay, Thor, Neil, Mihailo, Joker, Ritam, Mohammed, EJ, Amarch, Arbar, Saswato. Welcome, everyone. Hope you guys are well. Adelyak, Hayak, Heikel. Well, I butchered that completely, your name. I do apologise. But anyway, yes, free hit. Just before we get into that, we've just finished March. Our March manager of the month, Daniel Banks. I feel like he's won it before. Did he win it before? Did he win like one of the first ones? Maybe he's been close. Anyway, Daniel Banks. I'm sure he's a name that we see in the chat quite a lot. So Daniel, if you are in, let me know. Congratulations on winning the March Manager of the Month. Adele, like the singer, makes everything much easier. Patrick, Tamid, welcome. If you guys, there is 1 month left of the Manager of the Month competition, which we are in April. If you are not in it already, go and do so. The link is at the top of the screen. Let me zoom in. I apologise if I've butchered anyone's names in the chat. Sounds like I have. I do my best. I've got a cup of tea today. But yeah, if you guys aren't in it, Daniel, congratulations. We do have April, which is kicked off. Sorry, April. I paid Daniel. That's why I was confused. April, we have Denville Tyler. I'm not sure that's a name I've seen in the chat. Denville, if you are in, congratulations on winning April's Manager of the Month. Well done. Let me know. And we can get your voucher sorted out. Anyone who's not in it, we have 1 month left, which is the May Manager of the Month. But congratulations to Denzel. April was last month, but you'll take the voucher again. I'm sorry, Daniel, but yeah, no, Denzel, there we go. Anyway, last game week, I scored... God, the Zoom is really messing up today. 44 points. Only put out 10 players. I'm sure a lot of you guys put out less players than I did, so I can't complain. I had a bench that looked like this. Smith Rowe sadly didn't get any minutes. Would have come off for Salah, but I'm not annoyed about that at all. Soufal, Son, Edison were the 3 real standouts. My game week, it was a slight red arrow, but not much change. But the moment we've all been waiting for. Let's answer some questions before we get into the free hit drafts. So I'll scroll back a bit. When will I use my bench boost? I've already used it. If you still have your bench boost, this is the best game week to do it. I'm feeling good this week. Captaining Greenwood and bench boosting too. Very nice, Patch. If you've got a bench boost, it could be a really big week for you. Would I do a -8 to get Pickford instead of Leno? So it's a -4. My worry is that Leno doesn't play both games, so I probably would do that, especially because Leno doesn't play next week and you'd need a goalkeeper, so you'd have to do it for a hit, or you have to use a transfer on it next week. So I probably would do Leno to Pickford. Rashford or Greenwood this week, so I would be backing... It's a pretty 50-50 race, so it may mean... If you've got the spare cash, and we'll get into my free hit team because I have one of those in it. If you have the spare cash, then I think Rashford, but if you need that money elsewhere, then go Greenwood. Son to Rashford or Son to Zaha. Dunk to Dean. Dunk to Dean, definitely do. So if it means you have to do Son to Rashford, Son to Zaha, do it. And actually, I only expect Rashford... I do Son to Zaha anyway. The Man United mids are only good if you're on a free hit, because I don't expect them to play 3 times anyway, and then they don't play next week. So Mendy to Gaeta or Pickford. I'd probably go Pickford between now and the end of the season, to be honest. Which is the best... Sorry, Alonso or Cancelo to keep. I'd probably keep Cancelo. Play 2 out of Holding, Rudiger and Lingard. Rudiger and Holding because Luis is out, but it's pretty tight. Lingard could do well, so probably Rudiger and Lingard actually. Is going without Bruno crazy? Also, which midfielder, non-living, the best to bring in for the remaining fixtures? Zaha has nice too. Sigurdsson, with Rodriguez being back out injured, I really like Sigurdsson as an option. You could definitely go with Sigurdsson. One worth considering. Bench 1 out of Kane, Holding and Rudiger. I'd bench Rudiger. Holding. Bench Holding. Play Lloris or Areola. I'm going to say Lloris. Who does Fulham have? Burnley at home. Lloris. I'd probably play Areola. Sorry guys, the chat is moving fast today. If you guys are enjoying, if you could smash that like button, that'd be really appreciated. Already 60 of you in here, but only 13 likes. So if you could smash that like button, that'd be great. Get it up to sort of 20, 30 likes. That'd be really appreciated, guys. Triple cap Bruno or bench boost Kane, Son, Cody. If you've got your bench boost, now's the time to play it, I think. Although, bench boost Kane, do I think Kane, Son, Cody, Forster? I'd probably bench boost that, to be honest. And captain Bruno. Is it worth captaining Cavani or I just stick with Bruno? Best goalkeeper on a free hit. We'll get to that in a minute. 100k right now. Go safe and get Bruno or go. It depends where you want to get to. Depends what you want to achieve. I think captaining Bruno is just a good option this week. I don't think we need to overthink the captaincy this week. You have Mendy and Forster. You're convinced they won't play twice. Am I wrong? I think Mendy will play twice. I think the Chelsea team will continue to play what they need in case they don't get winning the Champions League. So they need to get top 4. I think Mendy will. Lacazette or DCL on a free hit. Calvert-Lewin, 100%. Bench one of I'd bench Holding again there. Kabir. You have Maddison to El Ghazi for a -4. No, I wouldn't do that. Afternoon Nuclear, welcome. Hope you are well, bud. I think Mendy will play twice. Shaw, Wan-Bissaka or Maguire. I'd go Shaw. We'll get into that in a minute. Cavani, Watkins, Lewis, Calvert-Lewin on a free hit. I'd go Calvert-Lewin. Son to Zaha for a -8 or too risky. I don't think it's worth an extra hit, if I'm honest. Kane to DCL for a -8. Again, it's probably just another -4. If you can get Kane back next week, then I probably would do it, yeah. If you've got the likes of Vardy and you can go Vardy to Kane, then yeah, I'd consider doing that. Let me just edit this and put it in a slight slow mode. Oh, wow. It's already in a 20-second slow mode. Wow. Let me just... Gonna have to up it. Chat's going crazy. I'm going to answer all your questions, guys. To play Shaw or Jota? You got both. I'd play Shaw. So, who to start? Martinez on Pickford and then Reguilon or Lingard. So, I'd start Lingard and I'd start Pickford. Schmeichel, bench boost, got... Using bench boost. If you've got Smith Rowe, and I'd upgrade Smith Rowe. Who doubles that you could get that's cheap? You're probably out the range of Sigurdsson. El Ghazi, if you can get up to him. It's not leaving you much in the bank, to be fair, for Smith Rowe. But I don't expect him to get many points. So I'd probably look... Who else have you got that I could potentially upgrade? Oh, Saiss. Yeah. Saiss upgrade is where I'd go. If you can get up to Luka Dean, then that's a perfect transfer. If you can't, then you don't have Castagna either. Potentially another one to add in there. Play Rudiger or Holding? I play Rudiger. Honestly, what's going on? Son to Zaha and Vidra to DCL for a -8. Would I do Son to Zaha and Vidra to DCL for a -8? If you were gonna start Vidra anyway, then I would. But if Vidra was going to be on your bench, then I potentially wouldn't. Should you bring in Maguire for Azpilicueta and Zaha in for Jota or Rashford? Yeah, Maguire in for Azpilicueta isn't worth a hit. If that's for a hit, I wouldn't bother unless you need the money. But if you're doing Zaha in for Jota, I don't know. Wouldn't be making any of those transfers actually. Zaha for Jota or Rashford. I wouldn't be bringing Zaha in if you've got Jota and Rashford. Start 2, Bale, Lingard, Diaz, Werner, Dean. Well, Dean has to start because he has a great double. I'd probably go Bale as a second one. Will Jota play? I think he probably starts 1. I'm not sure he'll start against United. Right, let's get into my free hit, because there are free hit questions that might help you answer them. So, this is my free hit as of now. It could change before the deadline. In goal, we've gone with Guaita. Crystal Palace goalkeeper. I really like their double game week. I wanted some Crystal Palace, so I've gone with Guaita. I've also gone with Zaha in my midfield. In defence, we've got Luke Shaw with his triple, Luca Dean and Trent Alexander-Arnold. Midfield, we've gone Salah, Mane, Greenwood, Fernandes captain, and Iheanacho and Calvert-Lewin up front. The two changes I made in the run-up to the deadline, in the run-up to the stream, was I did Watkins and Rashford I took out of my free hit, and I put Mane and Greenwood in. I think Greenwood versus Rashford is a pretty 50-50 call, if I'm honest. But I prefer Mane over... I prefer a punt on Mane over having Watkins in my team. So that's why I made those two moves. I did drop Watkins. I did. The reason I've done it is because Watkins... I think Watkins would get sort of 10, 12 points. But it's the explosiveness that we get from Mane. I know you're going to tell me in the past few weeks he's not done great. He's done okay. 6-6, 1-8-2. Like, I expect him to start both games now. Tired United, a Southampton team. Slow mode's on 30 seconds already. But that's what I've done. I've gone with so I don't know, let me know what you guys think of Mane as an option, but I've gone with him. Play Holding or Lingard. I'd probably play Lingard because I just don't know whether Holding will play both games. Captain Henderson, no. Greenwood, Shaw or Salah. I'd probably go Salah, to be honest. You would go with Watkins over Mane? Really? At home to Everton and at home to United. The thing is with the United game is it's their first game, so I don't really see that much rotation in the first. I don't see that much rotation in the first match for United. It's that Leicester game that I'd worry about. Robertson over Mane, yeah, that's a possibility. I just want to take a punt on my free hit, basically, guys, and I've gone with Mane. I wanted to take a punt. I like him. He has chances. If we have a look at some of his stats, so if we look at the comparison tool, I've been looking at, this is what I was looking at before I came on, Mane and Greenwood versus Watkins and Rashford. Those guys, this is over the past 5 game weeks. Even if we push it back to the past 10 game weeks, you like Mane, but I prefer Robertson. It's just that explosive aspect. Again, Mane, it's just the assists but they've been lucky with the assists they've got, basically. What I think about Captain Shaw, it's all right. I don't expect that many clean sheets from United, to be honest. So I don't know whether I'd want... Because I wouldn't advise going double United defence, so I probably can't advise captaining one of them, so I probably wouldn't do that. Should I take a hit to bring in either Maguire or Dean? I'd prefer Luca Dean this week to a United defender. You've gone Vardy. Have you gone Vardy over Mane? Because it's another thing I've considered. Salah or Rashford for captain? Rashford's, the lack of minutes for him in Europa League, I just want to go with him, to be honest. DCL and Keane or Benteke and Digne? I'd probably go Benteke and Luca Dean there. Out of all the assets, Luca Dean ranks first for me, then DCL, then probably Benteke, then Keane. So I'd take first and third over second and fourth. Son instead of Mane, not on a free hit. There's no chance of having single game week players on my free hit. DCL or Cavani? DCL. Whether you're on a free hit or not, Calvert-Lewin is definitely the player that I'd have. The only thing that I consider with my team is Zaha. I could do Watkins to... I could have Watkins over Zaha. Watkins will be very highly owned this game week. He has the potential to stop my free hit being great, which is why I'm slightly concerned. If we go onto live FPL.net, sorry, one sec. Zaha or Bruno captain? I would be captaining Bruno, definitely. Triple captain Bruno or Greenwood. I just go Greenwood. He's more likely to play all 3 games than anyone else in that United team. Cool. If I don't bring in Maguire, I'll just have Bruno, so is that wise? You've got to look at it on individual basis. Dean is a better option than Maguire. Dean or Luke Shaw. If it affects the number of players you put out next week, still Luke Dean. But anyway, sorry, top 10k player ownership is one I want to look at. Is Aston Villa player ownership? Watkins is only 30% owned. Has he had a lot of transfers in? Transfers in round. Yeah. Ooh. Okay, so he's had a fair amount. It'll probably be 50% owned, 40% owned in the top 100k. It's not actually as much as I thought. Should you triple captain Salah or Fernandes? Again, I'd be going Fernandes. If I'm using the triple captainship, it would be on Fernandes. That's where it would be. Bench Welbeck or Lingard? I'd bench Welbeck. Who do Brighton have? What's going on? Wolves. I'd still bench Welbeck. Ward-Prowse, Eze or Traore / El Ghazi. If you don't have Zaha, then I'd go Eze, but I wouldn't want the double up. So I like Ward-Prowse. He was in my team. He was first sub for a while. He's not there anymore, but yeah. Not the Villa guys. Thoughts on Azpilicueta to Trent? And yes, yeah. Azpilicueta to Trent and Havertz to Zaha. Great moves. You have all double game week players in your team, and in bench you have Kane, Son, and 1 double game week player. If you have your bench boost left, now is the best time to play it. There should be practically the only chips that should be left after this game week is people who have saved their wild card and are not playing it this week, or free hit. If you have triple captain or bench boost, you play it this week. There will not be a better chance to play any of those. Thank you, Dixon. I hope you have enjoyed. You still have a full 11. I'd still back. If you could go, I'd still back Luke. I'd still back Dean if I'm honest. I know you can't trust Mane, but all of Liverpool's games now are must win. I just taken a punt on him, if I'm honest. It's an expensive punt, but it's what a free hit's there for. Someone like Zaha, someone like Mane. The rest of my team is very template. Salah, Greenwood, Fernandes, Iheanacho, Calvert-Lewin, Trent, Luka Dean, Shaw, Gaeta. It's very template for a free hit. It's very safe. So I've got a couple in there in my midfield in Mane and Zaha that are a bit more exciting. Lacazette to Cavani or Calvert-Lewin. I'd go Calvert-Lewin. Especially the fixture next week is definitely better. Robertson instead of Dean. Free hit. Any better suggestions? Robertson. I mean, I've got triple. Would I have? No. I wouldn't have Robertson in my team over Dean. They're much better away from home. Dean as well is much better when James Rodriguez doesn't play. And he's not going to play in the first game. Definitely not. He got 3 bonus points in a 2-1 loss. He did get the assist, to be fair, but still. For sure, is it still double? Yeah, Shaw will play twice. Shaw will start 2 games. I don't know which it will be, but Shaw will play 2, I imagine. Telles wasn't good at all. I don't know if any of you guys watched the United game. He was not good at all when he came off the bench. Sorry, Rahul, I didn't answer that. Sorry, the chat was going crazy. Getting Phillips in for Holding for a -4. I just don't think that's worth a -4, if I'm honest. Play Benteke free transfer over Lingard, or take a hit next week, or save transfer. Save transfer, to be honest. Benteke in for a hit, technically is not worth it. Do I think Son to Rashford is fine for free? Yeah, definitely. Again, I've said this before, and I was saying it on Twitter. You need to look at a combination of Game Week 35 and Game Week 36 as a combination. So if you're bringing in 2 or 3 Man United players, and as a result, you can't put out players next week, then it's not worth it. I'm going to turn it down a bit because people leave if they can't put stuff in the chat. Sorry, yeah. Yeah, you got to look at these 2 game weeks as a combination of the 2. So don't bring in triple United this week if you then can only put out 8-9 players next week before taking any hits, because then it's not really worth it. I don't think United players are going to play 3 matches anyway. You're not going to start them anyway. So got to look at it as a combination. Sorry, Razwan, I will scroll up. You have Shaw, Reguilon, Fofana, Phillips. Thinking to take out Cody for either Lindelof, Ward or Coleman. I don't think Coleman will play both. I would take out Cody. If you can do Cody to Lindelof for free and bench Reguilon, I'd be very tempted to do that. Ward Prowess, Eze or El Ghazi. If you have Zaha, then Ward Prowse. If you don't, then I'd potentially go Eze. What do I think of Eddie Cavani? He's a real goal threat at the moment. I don't think he's necessarily got the attention that he deserves this game week. I think he'll probably start 2 games, make substitute appearances. I think he's not a bad option. I prefer Greenwood. I think he's got more chance of playing more minutes. No problem, as I would say, I don't intentionally ignore anyone's questions. I really don't. I do my best to answer everyone and all you guys are asking. There's nothing personal if I miss a question. I just didn't see it. The chat just moved too fast. So if you've asked it a lot of times, I do apologise. Once or twice I miss it. I'll do my best to answer it, but I'm not skipping any of it on purpose. Is a -16 okay to use? You've got 3 United. I don't like the sound of a -16 ever. It's not good. So I'd rethink a -16 ever, even if it's to bring in players that double for players that don't. Lingard or Martinelli? Lingard for me. Fofana to Maguire for -4? No, definitely not. Coleman or Keane? If I had to pick one, I'd go Coleman, but I'd probably go Godfrey over either of them. Anyone else captaining Nacho? Anyone? Let me know in the chat. Is anyone not captaining a Man United asset? If you're not captaining Man U player, well, just put your captain in the chat. I know slow mode's on, so it may take a while, but let me know who you are captaining. Start Bamford or Dallas. probably Dallas. Bamford keeps getting taken off. Let's go and have a look at these predicted lineups for Everton. We do have Keane in for both at the moment. Henderson captain. I don't love it, if I'm honest. I think there's better options. Just look at the fixtures. Dean to own, then Man United is better to own because he'll play... Yeah, exactly. Sheffield United and Wolves in the next two. Exactly. You've already got Kane, so Fernandes in for Son. Yes. Yeah, I would do that. Especially if you're going to captain Fernandes, which I imagine you would be. Start Eze or Zaha. Zaha. You have Trent, Luke Shaw, and Castagna with 6.3 in the bank for one defender. Is Dean best pick? Yes, definitely. Phillips, Bruno, and Calvert-Lewin or Vardy, Greenwood, Dean. Phillips, Bruno, DCL probably. No, probably Vardy, Greenwood, Luca, Dean, to be honest. If it's on a free hit, then yeah. Lingard or El Ghazi. I always like to favour the double game week player, so I'd probably back El Ghazi there. Play Holding or Kane. How do you skip the... Rajan seems to have hacked my stream, my chat delay. He just posts questions like not 25 seconds apart. Play Holding or Kane. I'd play Kane, definitely. I don't know how he does it. Your questions are like next to each other. Hacking. Bamford to Calvert-Lewin for a -4. Yeah, I would do that. Keane or Coleman. Still, I'd probably go Godfrey over both of them. Rudiger to Maguire for a -4. No, I don't think it's worth it. Dean in for Azpilicueta. I do think it's worth it. How long have we got? I know we went live a little bit earlier, but cool. Could you guys just... No, Rajan, it's not a problem at all. I just wondered how you did it. Not a problem at all. Start Lingard or Son. Ooh. I'd probably go Lingard. No, not timing out Rajan. I don't know. I don't think he did it on purpose. I just wonder if it's YouTube playing up. Mane or Jota. I'd go Mane. I think he's more likely to start both. If it's a free hit, I'd go Mane. I don't think the money is worth it long term. Should you take James Ward-Prowse in place of Ollie Burke with a -8? With a minus. If Ollie Burke was going to have to start for you this week, then I'd do it. Who would you be benching instead of him, Dave? Who would move from your starting 11 to your bench if you brought in Ward-Prowse for a hit? Should you replace Saka? Yeah, if you can do Saka to Zaha for free, it's a good transfer. Play Lingard and Son or Kane and Son? I wouldn't be benching Kane for Lingard. I wouldn't do that. Why do I put Rudiger third on my bench? Sorry, he shouldn't be third on my bench. I just made some transfers before it. I do actually think I want to change Rudiger. Because effectively, Rudiger, this player here, is my only bench player. So I actually need them to be not bad. I have 4.8 for a... basically a doubling defender. 4.8. I could get Lindelof. I've already got Triple United. 4.8. Don't know who I get. Godfrey's 5. I don't know who I have, but I don't think Rudiger's the best option because I don't love the Chelsea double game week. Start Forster or Leno, or get Gaeta from -4. I don't think Gaeta's worth a -4. Oh, actually, because you don't have a keeper next week, then I would get Gaeta for a -4. Oisin. I would get Gaeta for a -4 because you don't have a goalkeeper next week, so it's practically a free transfer. Your mistake, sorry. Play Kane and Son or Kane and Lingard. Oh, Son versus Lingard. I'd probably go Kane and Son probably. I haven't answered that. Cody for Coleman or Lindelof. Yeah, Lindelof. Well, depends again. If you need the player to play next week, then I'd go Coleman. I'd probably go Coleman either way, to be honest. Son for Greenwood, using only free transfer. Is it worth it? Yes, it probably is if it doesn't affect the number of players you can put out next week. I sound like a broken record. I think I should have like a banner that goes across the top which says transfers, okay to bring in Man U players if it doesn't affect the number of players you put out next week. I need to write that down and stick it on the stream. Any Man United defender that might play well? 3 matches. I don't think any of them will. And I'd go Shaw instead of Wan-Bissaka. He has more attacking threat. If you could have any 4.8 defender for the double game week, Dean is definitely more useful in the long run for you. Sorry, just trying to finalise my free hit. This is the thing. I was like, I actually need to. It got to like 4:30, and I was like, hang on, I need to finalise my free hit before I come on stream because I'm not going to be able to answer the questions. Cool. Just pin that transfer thought. That's true. Of course, there's always pin chat. One sec, guys. Let me just... Let me pin that. There we go. Cool. I always forget that you can pin comments. Thank you, Dachi. Let's hope we all get... Well, I hope we all get, there's only 70 of us, so hopefully we don't cause each other red arrows, but yeah. One question. What did you say, Eddie? Watkins, Rashford, or Vardy and Greenwood? Sorry, Eddie, again, I do try. Watkins and Rashford or Vardy? I'd probably go Vardy, Greenwood, to be honest. Robertson or Zaha. If to bring in Robertson, free hit Zaha. Is 8 double game week players enough? Yes, it is. El Ghazi or Zaha? Zaha. Holding in for Masuaku for a -4? No, definitely not. If you need to bring one in, it's Ward of Crystal Palace. He's cheap. Zaha for Lingard for a -4? No. Between now and the end of the season, I expect Lingard to outscore Zaha. Min number of double, triple game week players to have without any hits. I wouldn't want to go in with less than 8, probably. How many points do I expect from United players? I mean, in theory, I kind of need to expect double digits. I need to spend 10 points from them all. I probably won't all hit it, but yeah. If you guys could smash that like button, we are 5 likes away from 50. That'd be much appreciated. What time is it? Half an hour. Cool. Yeah, if we could just hit those extra 4 likes, that'd be great. Good captain choice. Who? Right. Vardy, Rashford or Mane on a free hit. Triple Man United is more of a priority than Mane. But if you've got Triple United and can go Greenwood like I have and then go Mane, that's where I'd go. Because that's what I'm doing. Play 2 of Lingard, Holding, Rudiger and Vidra. Rudiger plays, Lingard plays. Good captain choice. Which one to bench from Son, Bale, Kane, Wood? You can only bench one. Who do Burnley play? Fulham away. I was drawn to... I potentially... If we think West Ham are going to play the same formation as they did last time, then I'd be potentially benching Lingard. But I don't think that's a good idea. So I'd probably go with Chris Wood. Which one out of Shaw, Maguire and Wan-Bissaka on a free hit? Shaw. I think they'll all play twice and Shaw has the most attacking threat. Who to captain? Zaha, Greenwood or Rashford, Iheanacho or Salah? It's either Rashford or Salah for me. Or Greenwood. I'd probably go... Without Bruno, I'd probably go Salah. Or would I? Greenwood might play up front when they have to rest Cavani. I think Greenwood won't play Villa, and I think Greenwood will play up front against Leicester and on the wing against Liverpool. So I would take from that what you want. I do think Salah's a good option. Hi Focus, how are we doing? Welcome. If you guys don't subscribe to FPL Focus, go and check them out. Really good channel. I do enjoy your stuff a lot actually. Bench Lingard or Pereira? Who do West Brom have? I'd probably bench Lingard. You're so confused yourself. Who to cap? Yeah, it's a tough one that. I would, when you're thinking about it, I don't expect United players to play all 3 games. So it is a double game week for them, in theory. You could Fofana first on your bench. How much? 4.8. I don't have enough for that. If I go... I don't know who to get. Is there a 4.8 goalkeeper? A 3.8 goalkeeper. And then that would give me 5 million. But... what's the cheapest goalkeeper? Is it 3.9? Yeah, we don't have a 3.8 goalkeeper yet. Really? I'm surprised by that. But anyway. So, Vardy or Salah captain? I'd go Salah, definitely. I think Salah's one of the best captaincy options this week. He plays against Southampton and then he plays what will be a tired Man United team. Captain Salah, Iheanacho or Greenwood? So Salah versus Greenwood is where I'd look. Again, Salah against a tired United side and Southampton. The only player that I potentially... I think Fernandes is great because I think Fernandes will play minutes in all 3 games. He says he loves... I don't think I really want Holding. Sorry. Fernandes says he can play so many games. So that's why I still think he's a better captain than Salah. I don't think any of the other United players will play 3 games. So then it is a double game week for them all. So I would go with Salah over them. I know captaining a double game week player over a triple game week player feels a bit wrong, but I would go with Salah. You've taken the hit, confirmed. DCL Dean in for Vidra Cody. I love those transfers, Nuclear. Really nice transfers. Definitely. Do I think Phillips will start both games? I think he has to, especially if the rumours of Kabak being injured is true. But yeah, I don't see any reason to. When he's fit at the moment, he's in their starting lineup. So yeah. Best Everton defender except Luka Dean. It's probably Godfrey, to be honest. Thoughts on Spurs versus Leeds? When, though it's single, could there still be big points? Yeah, I don't... It depends if Phillips is back for Leeds. If he's back and is playing CDM, then I don't think it's nearly as nice a fixture. But if he's not, then I would do it. I would think there's going to be goals for Spurs in it. So I suppose he's back in training. Whether he gets into the starting lineup is something else. Why Luca Dean over Castagno? So Dean is Everton are better away from home. I still don't back a clean sheet against United. Newcastle, yes, they're probably safe now, but Wilson should be back for them. Castagna playing left wing back is much less effective than playing right wing back. And which then gives me the thought that Dean without James Rodriguez is more attacking threat than Castagna does. So you should have captain Bruno if we have him. Yeah. Bruno, Salah. I mean, you're not going to own Greenwood or Rashford. You're not going to own both. It's probably the order I'd go. But Mane instead of Son. Yeah, I think Mane over Son is a really nice differential to have. I do. I mean, I've done it. Right, let me pick this defender. 4.8. I don't have anywhere else to free up money because Davies is the cheapest. Right, defender for... Sort by form. Where's form? Sigurdsson and Greenwood or Watkins and Rashford? I'd probably go Watkins over Sigurdsson. Oh damn! I'm actually could be an interesting punt, but I've already got Dean, so I don't really want to do that. I want someone that's going to get like 6-7 points to sit on my first bench. Because I don't want them to do really well and then I think, well, why didn't I start them? But I want them to be good enough in case something happens and it doesn't go well. So, I don't know who else there is. Martinez or Mendes are goalkeeper this week. That's pretty tough, to be honest. Martinez because his save points. I reckon clean sheet wise, they've both got a similar chance. I'd probably go Martinez. Which one's better, Harry? Richarlison or Calvert-Lewin? Calvert-Lewin. Richarlison's a differential if you need to boost up the ranks, but just on a split decision, I'd go for Calvert-Lewin. Do I think Son to Greenwood for a -4 is worth it, considering both? So, as I've said, and as is pinned, you're okay to bring in Man U players if it doesn't impact the number of players. If it doesn't change the number of players you can put out next game week, then I think, yes, it's worth it. If it doesn't, then... If it means you can only put out 10 players next week, then I wouldn't do it, basically is what I'm saying. Gaeta and Coleman, or Pickford and Ward. Pickford and Ward is much more nailed, so I'd have to go with them. Bench boost... Sorry, Patrick, I know you've asked this a few times. Soufal, Dallas, Smith Rowe, and Foster. If you have, they're all single game weeks. I don't love that, apart from Smith Rowe. But if you have your bench boost, I would just play it this game week. Forster to Gaeta for a -4. Mohammed, who would you play as your other goalkeeper? Because presumably Forster wouldn't be starting in goal for you. Who would be starting that you sell to get Gaeta in? Will Pickford play both games? I think he will. Is Mitchell likely to play both games? I don't think so. I think he'll only play one. Leno, hold or -4 to get him out. I'd probably sell him for a -4 to a keeper that doubles this week and has a fixture next week. Yeah, guys, check the pinned comment if you're thinking about buying Man U players. Yeah, from what Hodgson said, I don't think he'll play both. Watkins or Richarlison? Watkins. Oh, Forster to Gaeta bench boost with Mendy, then yeah, I would do that, yeah. Who is worth, Zaha or Greenwood? probably get Zaha, to be honest. Only got one United player. Do I do Son to Rashford for a -4? You only got one United player. Do you do Son to Rashford for a -4? Again, Jack, pinned comment. It's okay to bring in United player for Son if it doesn't impact the number of players that you put out next week. If you have to take a -4 to get another player out, or you would only be playing 4 players, then it is not worth the transfer. Patrick, bench boost Sufal, Dallas, Smith Rowe, Foster, it is worth it. If you could do Foster, I'd probably do. If you could do Foster to a better goalkeeper that's probably more likely to play both for a -4 even, I would still do that. But I would play a bench boost. Curtis Phillips for -4 pays off long term. Yep. Triple captain Bruno. If you've got your triple captain, yes, definitely. I wouldn't be putting on anyone else. Son or Kane. If you had to play one this week, it's always Kane. Leno to Meslier. Thing is, I have a big chance that Leno only plays one game week this week. But selling a double game week keeper for a single game week keeper, I wouldn't do. Eze, Zaha for Lingard for -4 and play them ahead of Bale or Kane. No. I wouldn't do that. Should you take another hit to bring in Gaeta for Foster and bench Martinez? No. That's borderline crazy. I wouldn't do that. Nuclear. Bench boost Mitchell, Rudiger, Forster, Ward-Prowse. Yes, if you've got your bench boost, play it. Especially with Ward-Prowse on it, definitely. I think De Gea will play one of the 3 games, I do. Iheanacho as captain or Salah. I'd be on Salah. For reasons that we've discussed, I'd be on Salah this week. I need to pick this defender. Who's it going to be? Could be Ward. Leno out for who? Pickford. Or do I just go Rudiger? I think he'll probably play both. Do I go someone like Vestergaard, who's going to score some massive header? No, probably not a good idea, is it? Looking at the teams to have a double game week. Does anyone? No. Keep Mendy and Forster and hope Forster starts. Or do Mendy to Gaeta next week. Or do Mendy to Gaeta for -4. I'd probably do the -4. No, I wouldn't do Mendy to Gaeta for -4 this week. I'd potentially do a transfer next week, but I don't think it's worth it this week. When will Rafinha be back? Well, he's pictured in training today, so he should be back next week. Start Lingard over Rudiger. No, always got to back the double game week player. Always back that double game week player. Just trying to check I haven't missed anything. Start Lingard over Rudiger. I think Rudiger will play both. I'd probably play Rudiger. Holding or Mitchell. I'd probably play him. Holding's got more of a chance of playing both, so I'd probably play him. You can't believe you have to ignore that Palace double, but they are trash as well. Well, I've got triple Palace, so that's great. Is Cresswell back? Because I saw no flag. Yeah, he played last game. Did he? Or is he on the bench? No, he started. Cresswell is back. Focus, you have him, don't you? I think. Well, he definitely did. I know you have Antonio. Tuchel said he'll use fresh legs. I just don't see us not playing Rudiger. He's been so good. Do I plan on bringing in Antonio? Yes, I do. Yeah. Bringing Bale in for Son, I feel is a bit reactionary. If I was to bring one in, I wouldn't make the sideways move, basically. Manchester Derby in UEFA Super Cup. No. It's going to be I was going to say it's being a London derby, but Arsenal got knocked out, so it's not going to be that. But Saka or El Ghazi. This week I'd go El Ghazi. If you guys are new, please hit that subscribe button. Appreciate all the new subscriptions that we've had. I know you guys follow me over on TikTok. I have started a bit of a entertaining account. I don't know if I can show it to you, but it's just a little bit of fun when I'm bored sitting at home. Basically, it's FPL tips. I've had 6 of them so far. Basically, it was just I don't have any Man United players, and then me celebrating, we have a free hit. But I've got other videos as well. Go and check it out. If you've got your bench boost, it is the best week to play it. 20 minutes. Right, let me just decide who I'm going to have on my bench. Do I go Rudiger? He might rotate, so probably not. I can have Holgate. Oh no, Holgate's not going to play both. How much is like Vestergaard? Big slabhead. 4.7. He got his ban rescinded, didn't he? He did. Henderson, any thoughts? Again, I just not sure he's going to play both. All 3. If you've got your triple captain, I'd put it on Bruno. If not, then I'd put it on Salah. Hey, FPL tips. Oh no, I know. Please tell me you won't do any dances. It's just going to be FPL related stuff. It's not going to be me doing dances. Don't worry. I'm not going that low. It was Chelsea getting into the final. So that's as close as you're going to get to a dance from me on it. I'm sat in my chair the whole time, so I wouldn't worry. Would I take out Odegaard and bring in Zaha? Yeah, that's a nice move. I quite like that, actually. Tiger and Gruner. Good move. If Rudiger plays both, then 3 days later, also the FA Cup final, that's true. But Chelsea need to win all our games. Every game is a cup final between now and the end of the season for Chelsea. So, bring Loughton in for Veltman. Loughton doesn't double, so no. TikTok game is strong, absolutely. Sell Rudiger for Ward or save transfer and play Rudiger. If you need an extra player next game week, then I'd probably do it. Do I think Ward will play both? Right. Ward will come in. I'm going to have... What an error that is to have. Too many players from my selected team, Crystal Palace. Right. How many players should you put up next week? I mean, you've got to get as close to 11. If it's 10, then I understand that. But... Sorry, that's price. I want a nice defender that's never going to play. The last TikTok video I've seen was from FPL Nacho transferring Bruno weeks ago. Go and give me a follow then. Keep Kane or bring in Calvert-Lewin and then bring back Kane next week. Well, I wouldn't want to then bring him back for Calvert-Lewin because Calvert-Lewin has a nice fixture. So if you have another way of getting him back, like a Vardy, for example, then I would do that, yeah. For Fana out for -4 for an Everton defender, only if it's Dean. If it's any of the others, I wouldn't do it from -4. Masuaku and Maddison out for Dean and El Ghazi from -4. Masuaku and Maddison. Is Klein fit? Sorry, I'm just thinking about Palace. Yeah, why doesn't he play anymore? Anyway. Is Holding 4.3? Because I'll just do that. Yeah. Rudiger, Ward. Yeah, we'll just do that. We will have Ward first sub. Cool, I think that's me locked in. Did a -4 for Dallas and Cody to Trent and Luke Shaw. Alright. No, yeah. I like those moves. Yeah, Trent in this week is a great one, especially if you're going to have him for the rest of the season. Like, I'm free hitting Trent in, but it means I'm going to have to use a transfer to get him in next week. Because I don't actually own Trent. I'm going to be stuck with... So, captain's on the right person. Cool. So, I'm going to be going back to this team next week. Which is fine. But I've got Vardy, Iheanacho and Smith Rowe all not playing. But it's fine. I'm probably going to have to get Trent in. I think. We'll see. I didn't take a punt on Benteke. I considered it, but no. So Matt Ryan will play now for Leno. I think there's a chance they both play 1-1. Should you start Reguilon versus Leeds or Azpilicueta? I'd start Azpilicueta. I don't think he plays both, if I'm honest, but yeah, actually, I don't think Azpilicueta plays both, so I'd play Reguilon. Son to Zaha if you're going to free hit in Gameweek 36. Yes. Yeah. Hombre, I'd go with Reguilon. FPL Sponge. Why did I play the free hit last week? Welcome, mate. I hope you are well. Any of you guys going to... Let me get it up. Yeah, I'm just going to get it up, Sponge. I've got them bright and early. Are you guys, any of you guys coming to Fantasy Football Fest in August, the 13th of August, which is the first day of the Premier League season? Be a Friday. Tickets have gone on sale. This new thing that looks really fun. I've bought my tickets this morning. I'll be there, chatting away to anyone who wants to chat to me, or anyone who wants to talk about their Game Week 1 teams with me. I will be there, but there'll be plenty more experienced people for you guys to ask your questions to than me. But is anyone else going? I know Sponge, I imagine you're going. I think you're going. You love me and you love the way I think. Well, thank you very much. Well, very kind. Shaw or Wan-Bissaka? Shaw. Worth a hit to do Holding to Luca Dean? If so, who would I pick out of Wan-Bissaka or Dean? I'd pick Luca Dean, definitely. Dean and Lindelof or Maguire and Godfrey? Dean and Lindelof. Play 2. Holding, Smith Rowe, Dallas, Lingard. God. Lingard and Holding. Play Holding or Lingard? These questions. Play Holding or Lingard? I'd play Jesse Lingard. Captain Rashford or Cavani? I'd captain Rashford. Son or Zaha from now to the end of the season? Son. Luca Dean or Trent? Trent. Play Forster or Sanchez? I play Forster. Show us my team. Okay. There we go. My team for this week. Sadly, can't come. Fair enough. One day. Kane or Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin this week, if you had to have one between them. But if it's a transfer, I wouldn't... Well... Vardy, Dean and Schmeichel, or Mane, Castagna and Pickford. Vardy, Luca Dean and Schmeichel, or Mane, Castagna and Pickford. Vardy, the Vardy option. I wouldn't captain Iheanacho, to be honest. I think some of the stuff will be live from the event, so I think it will be there. So you think it's worth a hit holding to Dean or Shaw? Absolutely. If you do a hit of holding to Luca Dean, I think it will pay off. Especially next week, Arsenal don't play as well. Holding or Phillips? Phillips, definitely. Start Leno or Forster. Leno. Calvert-Lewin or Ollie Watkins. Calvert-Lewin. Salah captaincy. If you don't have Fernandes, Salah is the best captaincy option. Right. Play one. Rudiger, Konza or Holding. I'd play Konza. Probably the only one who's going to play all three. Get in Michael Keane for Rob Holding. Good decision. Yeah, I'm not sure Keane will play both is my only concern. But if he does, he's a good option. But live where? Yeah, I don't know. Different people's YouTube, Twitter. Andy might be streaming live from it. So, yeah. To be honest, I don't know much more detail than any of you guys do. So, do I put a United player in for -4? No, free hit next week. And would I have to take no? Then I wouldn't. I wouldn't bring in that's a -8 effectively. No, I wouldn't do that. Maguire for Azpilicueta for a -4. No. I'd do a different doubling defender, like Dean, for example. I would bring in for Azpilicueta for a -4 Danny, but I wouldn't be bringing in Maguire for one. Should he start Jota and Watkins, Harry? If you've got them, 100% start them. Eddie, that's not my but in that sure Salah captain, I'd go with Salah. If you guys are new, as you may be, please smash that subscribe button. We are trying to get to 4,500 by the end of the season. So if you could do that, it would be much appreciated. We are about 180 away. So yeah, if anyone new could smash that, would be just great. Would be just great. Will Coleman play both games? I think it's a big risk. I wouldn't be bringing him in for a hit. Let's put it that way. Just bought Fest tickets. Nice. We actually have 70 likes and 59 viewers. I know. What's happened? Would I start Jota or Azpilicueta? I'd start Jota, definitely. Sorry, Fawaz. Triple Bruno or Rashford? Definitely triple Bruno. Bolu, appreciate it. As always, if you guys... There's streams every week. There's 2 or 3 videos at the moment every week. So hit that subscribe button. And there'll be plenty more going into next season as well. So really do appreciate the support. Ward-Prowse or Eze for this week. I'd probably go Ward-Prowse on penalties now as well. Fest tickets, let's go, Sponge. I will see you there. I look forward to it. Will I start Konza or Son? Surely Son, right? It's pretty tight, but I probably would go Son. Turn on Super Chat. I haven't monetized my YouTube account yet, so I can't turn it on. There's no adverts or anything on any of my stuff at the moment. Potentially to come, but at the moment there's not. Salah or Greenwood for triple captain? Salah. Free transfer Madison for Greenwood? I probably would do that for free, yes. Yeah, I would. Watkins or Jota, which one to start? That's really tough. Watkins or Jota, which one to start? I don't think Jota will start both games, but he's more explosive. Jota. Your bench is Forster, Say, Smith Rowe, Ayling. Should I play my bench boost? It's not great, but I probably still would, yeah. Having Says in your team, it's never going to get any better than it is this week. Their fixtures are really tough, so... Shaw or Maguire? Shaw. Greenwood or Zaha as a free transfer? I'd go Zaha. It's going to be so tiring to watch all the games, and no, I'll still watch it eventually. Have a player of that match, I know. Zaha or Mount this game week? Zaha, definitely. This is my team up on screen, so, and I'm on a free hit, so hopefully that answers. Pickford, Strike, Bamford, and Lingard on bench. Should I play my bench boost? Yes, definitely. Pickford on your bench boost is probably enough on its own. Start Holding or Holgate. I'd probably go... Don't like Holgate much, but I'd probably go Holgate, to be honest. Captain Son? No, I wouldn't be captaining any single game week players. It's a United player or a Liverpool player this week. 717. Will Holgate start both games though? I don't think... I'm not sure Holding will either, if I'm honest, which is why I went with... It's really tough. I don't expect much between them, to be honest. Would you take a hit if using the bench boost chip for double game week players? It depends what it was. If it's a player that's not playing to get a double game week player in, yes. If it's a big upgrade, I would. Henderson in for Mendy for free. No, actually, I don't think I would. Rudiger or Mitchell. Mitchell, I only expect to play one. I probably only expect one game out of both of them, if I'm honest. So Cavani will play all 3 matches. No, I don't. Sorry, Henderson or Mendy, I wouldn't do that. Rudiger or Mitchell. If I had to play one, I'd probably play Rudiger. Shaw or Maguire for this week, I'd play Shaw. Zaha or Saka, I'd play Zaha. Let's do some quick fire questions. I know I've missed quite a lot, so with 3 minutes to the deadline, let me just check my team and then we will do rapid questions. Go and check your teams, everyone. Deadline is about to be here. But yeah, let's go. Would I do Kane to Calvert-Lewin for a -4? Only if you can get Kane back in next week. If not, then no. If you can get him in next week for someone that's not Calvert-Lewin, then I'd do it. But if not, then I wouldn't do it. Greenwood or Rashford for Son with a hit. If it's a transfer, I'd get Greenwood. I don't think between now and the end of the season the money is worth investing in Rashford over Greenwood. Bench one, Matt Target or Saka. I would bench Saka and I'd play Target. Son to Zaha for free. Won't bring Son back, but you have Kane already. Then I would do that. Yes. Yes, you have my vote of confidence. Whatever it is that they say. Pickford or Guaita. If it's for this game week alone, Guaita. If it's to bring in and it's you're not on your free hit, then it's Pickford. Pickford's fixtures after this, Sheffield United and Wolves. You'll be very happy. Yeah, let's turn off slow mode, shall we? Great shout. No slow mode. Let's go. Bench one. Son, Dunk, Lingard. Son, Dunk, or Lingard. I'd bench Dunk. Bench one. Kane or Rudiger. I'd bench Rudiger. Definitely. Cool. It is 1 minute to the deadline. Good luck, everyone. Any final questions, let me know. But I imagine you won't have time to change your team now. Let me just refresh just to make sure that my team is Iheanacho, Antonio next week. Antonio. Well, Iheanacho doesn't play. I'm going to be doing Vardy to Antonio next week. But yeah, Save your teams, guys. Good luck. This is my free hit. Salah, Mane, big with Trent, Shaw, Greenwood, Fernandes, Iheanacho, Calvert-Lewin, Zaha, Luka Dean, and Guaita. No, don't triple captain Henderson. This guy went from captaining Son to triple captaining Henderson. Right. That will likely be the deadline. Good luck in game week 35, everyone. Hopefully some green arrows for you all. Hit that like button before you go. Smash that subscribe button. Turn on notifications, please. All that usual stuff. I'll see you all next week. Good luck in game week 35. And yeah, I'll see you all next time. Have a nice weekend, everyone. Bye.